What we do here is go back, 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 back.
Hey everyone, Steven Jensen here with Jessi Davin. We have a lot to talk about. Today is Elimination Chamber predictions. We're going to be giving away a Wrestle Rumble entry, as we always do for these big WWE pay-per-views, the special events, and the way to get a potential entry for the Wrestle Rumble Elimination Chamber
The premium live event.
The Wrestle Rumble Elimination Chamber Pick'em contest. The top prize is $500 cash. I'll pull it up right here actually so you can see WrestleRumble.com. We got 500 to first, second gets 200, third gets 100, fourth and fifth both get free contest entries for an entire year. So awesome stuff. Great.
Whoa.
Yeah, great contest for Wrestle Rumble. And the way to get your name on our list to potentially get an entry is if you just type the word Wrestle Rumble in the chat, we will give you one shot at an entry. If you give us any super chats under $10, you'll get 2 shots at an entry. Anything over $10, you get 3 shots at an entry. We're going to pick a name right at the end of the show. And, yeah, we'll get an email this Friday night or Saturday morning with your free entry to try to win $500 at WrestleRumble.com. So, and then, of course, we're going to talk about Cody and Brandi leaving AEW, because that's some obviously massive news in the world of wrestling. But before we get into all that, Jessi, how are you today?
Mm-hmm. Hanging in there. Had a crazy day yesterday, but not just in the world of wrestling. And everybody, sorry if there's a delay. I have to sit outside right now because there's things going on in my house that are like loud. So sorry for like the little lagging on my end. And we just got a super chat from Amir. Thank you so much. You get 2, right?
Yeah, we'll put
entries.
Amir's name's on there twice now. So you now have a better chance at getting a free entry at Wrestle Rumble. The super chat says, will Cody be in Saudi?
Awesome.
I highly, highly, highly doubt it, but wouldn't that be something? Jeez.
Yeah. To me, that would sting a lot more, because I would get like WrestleMania or that, but to go to that show with just all the controversy around it.
Yeah.
I don't know. As a mom and a wife, I would, if I was like, if my husband was doing that, I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia. Please don't. Like, but I mean, I don't think so. I mean, never say never. I think that's kind of the saying, the phrase of the week. Never say never. But I don't think so. It would be interesting, but Amir, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super
Yes,
chat,
thank
though.
you, Amir, and thank you for everyone who's in here today. As Jessi said, if you send a super chat, not only are you going to
Yes.
get a better chance at a free pick'em contest entry for Elimination Chamber, but we will, of course, have your message. It'll pop up right on the screen for everyone to see. We'll answer your questions, read out your statements, whether it has to do with Elimination Chamber or Cody or Brandi or really anything else in the world of wrestling. We're happy to talk about it for you and answer your questions. And there is a donation link in the description as well. So if for any reason super chats don't work or you're not comfortable sending your money through YouTube, there is another link right under the video in the description, and that will get a alert right to my phone, and then we treat it just like a super chat. Like, we'll still read out your question, answer your questions, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we can start on the Cody and Brandi stuff, and then we'll get into Elimination Chamber predictions.
Yeah, let's start on that, because that was a big one. That that he was probably the last person I ever expected to be the first, especially to be the first one to make that jump. Yeah, it's hard, because it's like, as a human being, I'm like, I want to know why. It's like, humans are conditioned to be patterned and problem solvers and solutions. And, when something is confusing to me, I just want to know why. I want to know why. I want to know the reasoning, because it doesn't make sense to me, and that frustrates me. But then it's like, okay, but is that really any of my business? It's like I said, of course I'm upset that they're leaving AEW. I mean, I'm devastated that they're leaving AEW. It makes me really sad. But like I said, I don't know what their goals are in life. I don't know what their plans are as a family. I don't know what their family dynamic looks like. I don't know what their goals are for the future. And it seems like Vince McMahon offered them a pretty penny. And if they are making that jump, and they did it because of the money, I mean, they got to do what's best for them. And at the end of the day, my opinion of their lives shouldn't matter, because it's one of those things. And I always say that about people that ask for their release or leave or sign with a certain company, and it's like, it's about their own personal happiness. And I feel like people forget that. I know with Cody being one of the founders, and just the way that he left WWE, and the way that, he smashed Triple H's throne and all of that, and there's so many symbolic things, and it's just, it's shocking to me. But at the end of the day, it's like, that's not my decision to have, and it's not my situation and decision to judge. I can critique it, and I can analyze it as, someone who's a wrestling analyst, I guess. I can analyze it and think about it, but I have to do so. I have to take a step back and leave their personal situations out of it, because like I said, at the end of the day, I don't know anything. I don't know what was said. I don't know what's going on. It is heartbreaking, though. It's heartbreaking. And I want to hear your thoughts as well. And then I do want to and then obviously we can kind of talk about why Brandi and Cody are so important to both you and I. So why don't you go ahead and say how you're feeling?
So I did a show with Doug last night that we talked for a long time about this. So I'll give kind of some kind of, I guess, kind of cliff notes on how I feel about it. I'm not necessarily surprised. I am surprised that Cody's, the thing with Cody is he was an EVP. He was a founder of the company, like you said. He left WWE originally to make change in the wrestling business, but part of the main reason he really left, I think, was to prove to Vince McMahon that he is a main event level guy and that he like should be treated as a top star. And he wasn't getting that in the WWE when he was there. Now he's left, and he is way more valuable now. And now Vince probably sees him as a main event level guy, and he's offering him, like, the numbers I'm hearing are, like...
Yeah, I heard 5 million.
Yeah, that's, like, on the high end of what I've been hearing, but I've heard that number floated around. It's probably somewhere between 3.5 and 5, probably. And that's for Cody. Like, Brandi may or may not show up, and if she does, like, I think at best she's his manager. I don't see her being a wrestler for the WWE. I don't see them giving her big money. Like Cody, if Cody gets like, I mean, I don't want to even say a number, but let me put it that, like, that's what they want. They want Cody, and if they can get Brandi out of it too, like, I guess good for them if they want her. But she was. I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. She was a complete non-factor when she was in the WWE the first time. Like, she was a ring announcer in WWE CW. That was pretty much it. They saw really no value in her then. They could bring her in now thinking, like, well, now she's had a lot more TV exposure. She's been a chief branding officer for the company. Maybe there's something they can figure out to do with her. But, you know, I think that's just kind of like a bonus for Brandi fans if she shows up. But this is all about Cody, really, at the end of the day. And you know, my thing that I consider, and this is really where how I feel, I think about where Cody's mindset might be. I mean, there's a lot of layers to it, obviously. Like, whatever issues he was having with AEW, they couldn't come to terms on money. There's gonna be a lot of money coming his way from the WWE. He's probably gonna be used as the top guy. But I think on top of all of it, Rhodes has never been the WWE World Champion. Like, Dusty wasn't ever, Dustin wasn't ever. Like, the family has been pretty much, like, shunned by Vince. And it's very interesting because this is, like, a replay of years and years and years ago when Dusty Rhodes was Vince's main competition with Crockett and NWA, and he was the promoter going head-to-head with Vince. Yeah. And now his son literally created their competition, and now he's coming back to the company. With Dusty, they punished him. They put him in the polka dots. They made him like this weird, goofy character. And with Cody, I think he could be going back going, look, I'll come back, but you're going to put the WWE title on me pretty soon after I get there. And that could be his big main goal, to be honest, is like, for all I know, his main goal...
To make his dad proud.
I mean, for all I know, his main goal in life could be to take that WWE title and go to his dad's grave and just be like, I did it, Dad. You know what I mean? That could be the biggest thing in the world for him.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's, like you said, that's his personal journey. And if that's his personal goal, you know...
Yeah.
I think his dad would be proud.
Well, yeah, I mean, his dad was there for years and years and years with him, and, like, no matter what, like, Cody just couldn't really get to that next level, and I don't think it was his fault, and I know I'm biased because I'm a Cody fan, but, like, there were so many times when he was in the WWE at first where, like, he was promised, and these are well-documented situations, like, he was promised to win Money in the Bank, I think, two different years, and then right before the match started, they changed to somebody else. There was a WrestleMania match that he got literally pulled from the day of because they just ran out of time, and that was the match that got cut. They put him in the Stardust thing and just had him turn into this jobber. The best thing he ever did in the WWE was him with the clear mask, undashing, with the brown paper bag, because they actually had him doing a character. He was like a supervillain. And that he showed so much during that as the Intercontinental Champion. He's the one who brought back the white strap old school IC title belt when he won the title. There were like flashes of Cody being good enough to be a top guy, and they just kept pulling it from him. So when he left, and that's the thing. Not only is Cody a founder of AEW, he, in my opinion, is the main reason AEW exists. Between him, I mean, because for him to leave the WWE and then, like, buddy up with the Bucks and Kenny and all those guys, that gave those guys more legitimacy because they were now associated with, like, a WWE star that was, like a worldwide famous wrestling star. And then it was beneficial for him because this was the new breed. Like, these were all the guys who were making full-time livings, not needing the WWE. So the powers of all that together is like what formed AEW. Tony Khan's money expedited the process to get them as big as they are so quickly, but they proved they could promote their own shows with All In. Like, they could have kept just doing super indie events every few months and had their own little promotion like that. But that's what makes it especially interesting for it being Cody, is how invested he is in the company, how he was an actual EVP in the company, how his wife was there. Because with all the free agency talk, no one was bringing up Brandi, because I didn't know that was even, I didn't know that she was even like on the fence until it was announced that she was also leaving. But the same kind of thing happened in WWE, if I'm being honest, where like right around the time Cody left, Brandi left also. Yeah. Like, so, you know, but here's the flip side of this. I'm excited to see Cody in the WWE. Like, I actually am looking forward to watching the WWE again, because like I don't care about the show, and I haven't for quite a while. Yeah. But if I find out he's a part of the Raw roster going forward, I'm gonna watch Raw again. I'm not gonna sit there and watch a full 3 hours of it, but I'll stick around for what Cody's doing. And if they make him the world champion, there could be I mean, for all we know, Vince is bringing him in, and this is wishful thinking. He could be bringing him in and going, "All right, Cody, show us what you're doing over there, because like your ratings are going up over there. The fans love it. It's a different type of wrestling. Our numbers are going down. Our profits are up. We can afford any wrestlers in the world. We're bringing back Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, we have billions of dollars that we can spend on getting big time wrestlers, but we just need a different philosophy in how we're doing this on screen. And maybe Cody can. I mean, imagine Cody taking over NXT. Like, he winds up getting Triple H's job. Like, I mean, there's a lot of interesting possibilities here with Cody going back to WWE. So, and then the last thing I'll say about it too, and then I want all your thoughts. I know I'm going on and on, but like the one other thing I think needs to get brought up is the whole thing where, and Brian Alvarez was talking about this yesterday too, and I think he did a really good job of explaining how I felt about this. Basically, all of the moves are WWE to AEW, WWE to AEW, WWE to AEW. And now they're getting more loaded and loaded and loaded with WWE talent. And then Cody's kind of like, there's openings now for me over there. To like, all these guys left, now I'm going to be a top guy over there. And also, I hope y'all are happy, by the way. Y'all bullied Cody out of his own company. Congratulations. I hope you're happy with yourself. So now we can, you know, now we'll see what his reaction is from the crowd on WWE. But imagine he's like the WWE champion, and then people are like booing him, and it's like, well, he's not even an EVP anymore. Like, you can't even make these excuses that like he's burying people. He's not gonna have that kind of pull in WWE like he does in AEW. So, anyways, yeah, I've got a lot of thoughts on this, but at the end of the day, this is the most excited I've been about the WWE in years, just knowing that Cody might be there.
Yeah, right. Right. And I think that's, you know, kind of the goal. And like, I was listening yesterday too, because I was waiting for a telehealth psychiatry appointment. That didn't happen. So I had time to listen to Wrestling Observer Live. And I was listening to Brian Alvarez, and he made that point about how it's always been WWE EVP to jump. I think that's a big deal. Like, and it makes you wonder, like, what about the people that he's training? What about the people that, like, you know, like Sammy Guevara? Like, what about T. Marshall? What about, I mean, there's half law.
Sorry, Jesse's internet's going a little.
You know, so it's.
Sorry, it was just going a little bit in and out. I don't know what happened with the picture here. That's so weird. I can still hear you though.
Oh. Can you hear? Oh, my internet is being booed.
But to answer your question about the people he trains,
so what did you?
What's really interesting about that is, I reached out to a friend of mine. I won't name her name, but she trains in the Nightmare Factory, and she has for a little over probably 2 years or so. And I texted her yesterday, And I'll read the text. I said, have they addressed any of the Cody Rhodes leaving AEW stuff at your school? And the school I'm referring to is the Nightmare Factory. She says, no, total shocker. He'll still be involved with our school, though. And then she started asking me if I had heard he was going back to the WWE. So, like, the students at the school had no idea.
Wow. I mean, it's just, it's big. But like I said yesterday, people just need to chill out. Like, both companies are going to be fine. Like, my husband is like, this is the end, and what, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, just shut up.
No,
Shut up.
AEW's roster is so loaded that, like, they don't really even, like, I want Cody to, I hope something happens, like, the big Hail Mary, Tony Khan winds up re-signing Cody, and he just comes right back to AEW. But, I also think it's unlikely now that they've, like, put out all these statements online about it and stuff. It feels like they're trying to get out ahead of, like, basically, what it feels like to me is they know Cody's heading to WWE, so now they're making these statements so that, like, they can get out ahead of it a little bit, versus him just, like, showing up on WWE, and then everyone's coming at AEW, like, what the hell is going on? You know, at least they've, like, made it known, like, we tried to figure something out, and, like, him and Brandi are legitimately not here anymore, so, they gave us a heads up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, oh no, the Young Bucks, I was wondering if they were going to change their bio. They did. It said, thank God for us.
Yeah, man. And I'll say this too. I don't think that there was any, like, Cassidy Hayes from Body Slam is a great dude. He's one of my favorite people in wrestling media. And he's super credible, and I totally believe his report from, like, a year ago about the EVPs not getting along and stuff. But I think that got blown super out of proportion when that article came out. Like, I'm not saying that's his fault either. I think he was trying to put out there that, like, there's been a little bit of tension. Maybe things aren't going as, like, smoothly as maybe people think. But that got turned into they all hate each other and they don't talk to each other and all this stuff. Like wrestling fans, like, made this whole narrative. And from what I've heard from the people I know, there is no issues between Cody and Kenny and the Bucks, and I mean, there might be a little bit of static between Cody and Tony, but I think that mainly probably has to do with negotiating. Like, Cody wants, I mean, from what I'm hearing, Cody wants basically whatever money CM Punk is getting, and Tony doesn't want to give it to him. And if I'm Cody, I probably do the same thing he's doing, because in my opinion, long term, Cody is incredibly more valuable than CM Punk is. Like, I think CM Punk is very popular, and he's done a really great job since he's been in AEW, but that's also got a shelf life. Like, I don't see CM Punk 5 years from now doing this. Cody not only was going to be one of your top performers for the next 5 years, he was also going to be one of the guys running the company backstage. But then, let's also keep in mind, Cody's probably signing a 2 or 3 year deal. So, like, he's going to come back to AEW before his career's over. Like, he knows that this is probably just the right time to make a move like this. Like, AEW's roster is getting so stacked with so many big names that, like, now he has a chance to be the...
People are rejecting him.
And the fans are booing him, and he's probably like, you know what, screw this. Like, you don't want me here? All right, I'm going to leave. Like, you don't want me here at this thing that I created for all of you? Okay, I'll go back over there. And then he'll go over there, and he'll be a big-time star over there. Accomplish goals he never got to accomplish, and then 3 years from now, you know, he ascends back up through the entrance ramp on AEW, and everybody rejoices, and people cheer him for coming back and saving the company again. I mean, it's totally possible. Like, I honestly think that we'll see Cody again in AEW before his career's over. Like, you know, unless something catastrophic happens between him and the management there. But I just, you know, like I said, I don't think that this move happens if you're not getting CM Punk, Danielson, Cole, you know, the whole Undisputed Era, basically. You're bringing in Keith Lee, Jay White's popping up, you got Christian, you got, I mean, Darby's on the come up, MJF's on the come up, you got all the pillars, you got Hangman Page as the champion, you got all these people. WWE only has Roman Reigns.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's...
Right.
You got Roman Reigns, you got Brock when he's there, you got Ronda when she's there, and you got Charlotte full-time, too. I put Charlotte and Roman in kind of a similar category. Outside of that, you got pretty much nothing. Like, I think Kevin Owens is cool. I think Finn Balor's cool. Like, there's a lot of wrestlers I like who are on the show. I think it's cool as hell that Steve Austin's supposedly going to wrestle Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. Like, that's awesome for Kevin Owens. But,
I love that.
The perception of the company is still Roman is the star. Like, and if you can get someone like Cody in there and you go, Cody's also a star, like, that's humongous. Because then you like, there's so much stuff they can do between Cody and Roman that has to do with, like, WWE versus AEW and stuff that, like, I mean... But the problem is with it being WWE, it's hard to have faith that they're going to have, like... I feel like the first few weeks is going to be incredible, and then, like, he'll just get... He'll just be another WWE guy, and then, like, it's still all going to be about Roman at the end of the day. And I'm a little bit worried about that, potentially.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I worry about that too, and I feel like, you know, oh my God, my daughter's like looking at me through the glasses. Yeah, that's what I worry about. I just want him to be booked right, and I know that, like you said, I didn't even think about that. You know, Vince McMahon did say, "Go prove that you're a bigger star," and he did. And maybe he does. Maybe he just wants to go to WWE, prove his point, and come right back. You know, it's not like. Well, for one, I feel like the IWC just way overthinks things. You know, just like, oh my God. And it's like, y'all need to go outside, please. Go get some vitamin D, go touch some grass, dig in your toes.
Go like, touch grass. Chill. Better yet, go to your local Dave & Buster's and have a good time.
I was going to say, go smoke grass.
Yeah. Go touch grass, go smoke grass, and then head to your local Dave & Buster's.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I mean, and I was talking to you about this off stream, and I've talked about it a lot, and I've never made it really public because I thought people would see me like as an AEW show if I shared this information. So now that they're gone from AEW, I feel like it's okay to share.
Yes. I'm going to pull it up right now what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Brandi and Cody are literally the kindest people on the face of the earth. Like, when I was in the hospital, that my husband sent me that picture right there. He goes, Jessica, this giant box is at our front porch. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's huge. And I was like, okay. And on the phone with me. And he's like, oh my God, hold on, I'll call you back. I got to take a picture of this. And that is a giant diaper cake with, and inside it was all diapers that are my daughter's size, which I was like, oh no, they're going to be newborn diapers and they're not going to fit her, but they were size 3, which are her size. It has a little AW championship belt, one of the toy ones. And inside, hanging off of stuff, there was like a burp cloth that had like the AW logo. There's a beautiful blanket that we actually use for my daughter at night. It's a nice white fluffy blanket with the TNT logo on it. There's a couple onesies, one that said like future AW champion, mommy's little nightmare, some little bibs, and it's a love diaper bag that I'll send you a picture of that too, of me wearing it, and it's a great diaper bag, and inside of it was her Whoa Baby, her rose.
That's awesome.
And so she sent me all of that, and it's this huge, beautiful cake, and it's not actual cake. You can't eat it. It's made out of diapers. But, I mean, it was just so cool. And then when I first got into the hospital, right before, I don't know if it was like before or after my surgery, they sent me flowers, and it says, Stay strong, Jessi. We're rooting for you. Not that one. Yeah, that one. Stay strong, Jessi. We're rooting for you and keeping you in our thoughts and prayers. You've got this, Mama. Get well soon, Brandi and Cody Rhodes. And I was like sobbing. Yeah, it must have been like right before. I don't know, but that was so sweet, and I kept those flowers for forever. And then when I got home from the hospital, I got flowers, and they were so beautiful. I literally just threw away the evergreen. Those were the flowers at the hospital. These,
here.
yeah, those, and then these, yeah, they're so sweet. And then they sent me this beautiful arrangement, like I think the day I got home. So like the day after. It was really quick, and it came with a beautiful note as well, that said, I don't know if you can pull it up.
Oh yeah.
I think I sent. Yeah. It said, yeah. Where is it? Okay. Welcome home, Jessi. Sending you warm holiday wishes and lots of love, all Elite Wrestling. And I was like, oh my God, I sent it to Sean. And I was like, oh my God. And he's like, yeah, Brandi told me to keep it secret. And I was like, oh. So, and she DM'd me, and I kept telling her, thank you so much for this beautiful diaper bag. It's so helpful because it holds my TPN and diapers. And she's like, oh, good. I gave that to all my friends that are new mamas, and I'm so glad you're liking it. And she was like, she even offered to take me to Revolution, and which was like so nice. And obviously now that's not going to happen. But the part I'm upset about is I don't get to say thank you to them in person.
I got to do that very quickly for you, at least a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
I had like 20 seconds to tell Brandi in person. I told you before, but I literally, just complete coincidence. I was walking right next to her when she was like getting ready to like head in for Dynamite. I was right next to her, and I was just like, hey, thank you so much. Like, I'm really good friends with Jessi Dav, and I know it like meant the world to her for you to be sending like flowers and balloons and stuff. And she was like, oh yeah, no problem. Like, but she was like on the move. Like she was clearly going from like point A to point B when I ran into her. So I didn't get really to tell her any more than that. Yeah. But I at least got a few seconds out, and she did acknowledge what I was talking about. So that was cool.
Yeah, and I just. Thank you to them for what they've done for me and how much it means and how much you all have done for me, and I just wanted to say thank you and blah blah blah. And I really wanted to give them hugs in person, and I'm really, really sad that I can't do that. I mean, maybe I can, maybe one day. I mean, you never know. I don't know if they're gonna be in Orlando. I don't know. Heck, training, But yeah, it was just. Yeah, they are so, and that's why I'm like, I will never speak ill of them, and it hurt me to see, like, Brandi getting booed and stuff, It's just like, I mean, I get it, but they are literally the sweetest, most generous people, and I will forever be thankful for the support that they gave me. Like, Brandi didn't have to do that. She didn't have to do all that stuff. And she did that. She went out of her way as a new mom with a newborn child. Not only that, having a baby, running a business, being a chief brand officer, being an on-screen talent, like doing all this stuff, to have the time to send me, like, not only love and support online, but physical love and support, to find out my hospital room, to find out my address and all this stuff. And it was just... It was so thoughtful, and they're such good people, and I'm happy for them. I might not I may be like kind of mad and upset that they're leaving AEW, but like I said, I don't know their situation. I don't understand it, and that's okay. I just want them to be happy, and if they're happy, more power to them. And I just want to say thank you to them. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything, and I'll cheer you on wherever you go.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm the same. Like I want them to. I've had so many people hit me up and be like, oh, what's this mean for you? Like, you still an AEW fan? Or, like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, of course. Like, AEW is my favorite company. Like, that's not going to change, like, just because Cody's not there. But, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm a lifelong Cody Rhodes fan. Like, I have followed this guy from high school wrestling through OVW, through WWE, through the Indies, through AEW. Like, and I'm going to be right there by his side as a fan when he goes back to WWE. Like, you know? Because I was also one of the few people years ago when he was there that was like rooting for him and being like, this guy is being underused. Like, why are they not doing anything with this guy? Why is this all about Ted DiBiase Jr. and Legacy and not Cody? Like, why? Like, what is this? And so I mean, like I said, if for no other reason, I'm just excited for just to be excited to watch WWE again, because it's 100% because of him. If let's say that he comes in for WrestleMania, which I'm assuming that's a big part of this, like, and a big part of why he's going to get paid. What he's going to get paid, I imagine he'll be featured at WrestleMania. What do you think his match is? Like, I'm assuming it'll be a one-on-one match. Like, who do you think he wrestles at WrestleMania this year?
Triple H.
All right, let's say someone else, because I don't know if Triple H can, like, physically wrestle right now after, like, the heart attack and all that.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that. Oh, let's see.
I mean, in a perfect world, that's the perfect storyline for obvious reasons. Like, that would be huge.
Yeah.
I don't think it's realistic to think Triple H is going to be ready to wrestle this year at WrestleMania.
I'd like to see him wrestle Randy Orton.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good answer. The Orton's
because of the whole family thing.
Yeah. Well, and Orton also, like, not just through legacy, but, like, in real life, Cody will talk about this in interviews. Like, Randy Orton was, like, his mentor in wrestling. Like, he had his dad as, like, you know, obviously, like, his mentor in life and in wrestling in a lot of ways. And, like, Shawn Michaels was Cody's favorite wrestler and stuff like that. But, like, when he got into the business and when he really started getting going in WWE, Randy Orton is the one who taught him how to do, like, most of the things he does. Like, a lot of his wrestling style, this sounds so weird, even how to groom yourself as a wrestler, like to shave all your hair. Randy taught him how to, like, shave his body hair so that, like,
not like the other guy.
Right. So it's like, even that kind of stuff. So I think that's a really good call. I mean, the obvious one is him and Roman, but they're gonna do Brock and Roman at Mania.
AJ.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, and I feel like that.
I like AJ a lot. I think they're gonna do AJ and Edge, is what it seems like for Mania.
That would be
I
cool.
like that a lot because it's never happened.
I mean, AJ Styles is so good.
Yeah, I have nothing against either of those guys. I think it's possible they do Cody and Rollins, because Rollins has talked a lot of trash about the WWE, about, like, AEW. There was a while on Twitter where he was, like, really defending the WWE against, like, everything else.
Yeah.
And
he was, like, so white. WWE.
And Rollins also, like, he's been kept at, like, an upper, like, he's a main event level guy for the WWE, but he just currently, like, isn't a world champion. But even the match with Roman at Royal Rumble, like, that was a title match, and, like, he got choked out, but technically he won by disqualification. So they kind of kept him in that spot where it's like, yeah, he's not the champion, but, like, he's right underneath that. And I could see Cody coming in and wrestling him potentially at WrestleMania. I think that him and Orton makes the most sense, but I also think they're going to do Riddle and Orton. Like, I think that the RK Bro will split by WrestleMania.
Yeah, they're splitting them up, yeah.
So...
sorry.
So I really don't know. Like, Mr. JJ is saying Cody...
It's not one of those...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm sorry, I know my...
Well, no, there's a little bit of a lag between us, so that's the only reason sometimes it's a little bit awkward when we're like,
Yeah. I know, it sucks, I'm sorry. But I was going to say, it's not like when someone jumps to AEW where it's like, oh, yes, I can't wait to see all these matches. It's really kind of different. It's like, well, Who do I want to see him wrestle? Like,
Well, that's the cruddy thing about him leaving
one,
AEW is like there was still like 50
yeah.
people he hadn't wrestled there that are like dream matches. And WWE, he's going, and
Mhm.
really it's only Roman. And like, I mean, he's wrestled Randy before, but like this would be like a way bigger. I mean, he's wrestled Roman before too. People forget Roman's been
Yeah.
a part of the company for like 8 years now or something like that. Like, I mean, he's been around for a while.
Right? He's a
Yeah,
Shield
like I
dude,
remember
right?
Rollins and
I
Reigns versus
know.
Cody and Dustin, like those banger of the tag team matches they used to have. Like
That's right.
Cody was I think the first person to pin Roman potentially too, or at least like they got the big win over the Shield. Like that was a huge deal when they won the tag titles from them. Um, but
That's
but then
right.
it's also I mean it's that's my biggest. Here's the thing, like I don't think that WWE is going to do a whole lot to change their overall product because they're more profitable than they've ever been, and like they less
Hmm.
people are watching the show than ever, but like they're making more money than ever. And I don't know if Vince is gonna like budge on the way things are, and especially because they've completely changed how NXT 2.0 works, and they just changed 205 Live to level up, and stuff. So it's basically just becoming like developmental to developmental, and then Raw and SmackDown. But I, I mean, a part of me really wants to believe that Vince really isn't as naive as I think he is, and he's seeing what's happening everywhere else in wrestling. And even though they're super profitable, their product could be so much better and so much more focused around professional wrestling and not this like D-level acting, like stupid
Hmm.
stories and matches that never have real winners and dusty finishes and 50-50 booking and all this stuff. And like maybe this is the beginning of like we're getting Cody, and then if Cody has a good see the thing like we were saying, it's just unfortunate because there's not a lot of people that Cody hasn't wrestled at the WWE right now that are like that would be like this huge deal. Like him
Right.
and Owens would be cool, him and Rollins would be cool, him and Reigns would be cool.
Braun
Yeah, but they
Breaker
got
would be
all they
neat.
I agree, but it depends on how fast
Yeah, you
they
gotta, yeah.
push Braun into that kind of spot. On NXT 2.0, the whole show's already revolving around him, so like they're clearly moving fast with him. But he's also only had like
Mhm.
20 something matches in his life, so like it's a there's a there's a process with him right now. With um, I mean, I want to see Cody versus
Mhm.
Brock Lesnar even potentially. We've never seen that. I mean, there are some dream matches, but I think that the dream matches they'll roll through those pretty quickly. But another side of this too is like if they bring in Cody and they treat him well and they let him be him and they do start changing the way that they operate a little bit to better matches and storylines that make more sense and like wins and losses matter and they really do make some sort of shift in their product, then I think it's way more possible that when guys like MJF come to free agency, when guys like Ricky Starks or Sammy Guevara, these kind of guys, Wardlow, when their contracts are coming,
Yeah.
Jade Cargill, she's another one that I think like has WWE written all over her.
Hmm.
Like they're gonna be calling Cody and going, "Hey, how you liking it over there? Because my contract's up and WWE's offering me some big money, and like if you're
Right.
there, like at least I've got an ally from AEW over there that like I know and that can have my back and because I think honestly, getting Cody could be like 4D chest, big brain, long term move, really to get MJF in like 3 years. Like, you know what I mean? So,
Right. It could be. Yeah.
so, um,
Could be. Yeah. I don't know why my picture keeps getting
it's
smaller,
okay.
but
Yeah, either do I. It's a weird connection issue thing, but I can still
I
I
don't
can still
care.
hear you.
I don't care.
Um, but we got to get into elimination chamber
Um,
predictions here in a second too, because I know you didn't have a
I
whole
don't
lot
know.
of time.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Tonight, we're giving away a free Wrestle Rumble entry. So just put Wrestle Rumble in the chat if you want a free entry, and then if you super chat anything below $10, you get two free entries. Anything above $10, you get three entries. So yeah, because we're gonna do that at the end of the show. So
Yes. Yes, we will pick a name at the end of the show. As Jessi said, just type Wrestle Rumble in the chat. We'll put your name on there once. Any super chat. Oh, by the way, speaking of, Corey sent me through a donation. So he sent a $5 dono. Let me see what the message was.
Oh, thank you, Cordy.
Yes, thank you so much, Corey.
How many entries?
He'll get 2 for that.
Thank
It says
Okay.
just a little bit to help take care of both
Huh?
of you. Wait, I didn't. The message cut off. It says just a little bit to help take care to you both today, Stephen and Jessi. Thank you, Corey.
Very cool. Amir and Cody. Corey have 2 entries.
Yes,
Both.
perfect.
So.
So Elimination Chamber's coming up this Saturday. It's in Saudi Arabia. It's at, I think, noon Eastern. Me and Jessi are going to give you our picks. Once again, these are courtesy of Wrestle Rumble. As we just said, we're giving away a free entry today on the show. If you want to get involved in the contest, first place prize is $500 cash. Second and third, second gets $200, third gets $100. Fourth and fifth both get free contest entries for an entire year, which is awesome. And then they've also got a WrestleMania Championship belt giveaway. It's going to be $1 entries, and it's pretty cool. It's got like the Steve Austin plaque on the center. That's from him and Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13. They got Kofi winning the title. They got Shawn Michaels jumping off the ladder. They got Macho Man holding up Liz. I'm trying to see what that is. WrestleMania 35. Oh, that's Becky holding up the 2 belts. So yeah, that'll actually be for WrestleMania, but but that'll be they'll do the drawing for that after WrestleMania. So, but you can get in on the contest now. All right, as far as predictions for Elimination Chamber, we'll switch off going first on our picks as we always do. I'll start off with Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. I'm gonna say Rey Mysterio beats The Miz, mainly because it's Saudi Arabia, and Rey Mysterio is like a massive star, and they probably love him, and The Miz and Maurice just lost to Edge and Beth Phoenix at the Rumble, so like I don't think it's that big of a deal for The Miz to lose again. I'd imagine Saudi Arabia probably gives them the list of people that's like Yokozuna, Owen Hart, all the Andre the Giant, all these people that like have not been living for a long time. Like they give them these lists because they just want but I bet Rey Mysterio is on that list, and they can actually produce Rey Mysterio for them. So I think Rey Mysterio wins. What about you? Oh, I might have lost Jessi.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same. Oh, I'm right here.
Yeah, I can hear you again. Okay, and we went with Rey Mysterio. I could hear that right at the end.
Right.
Sorry, y'all. We got some connection issues going on right now. But Jessi and me both took Rey Mysterio there. Let's see. Wait, can you hear me, Jessi?
Yes. Hi. Are you am I here?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I hear. Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay. There's just a little bit of a lag, but I'll just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, next one we got Ronda Rousey and Naomi versus Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville tag team match. Who you got in this one, Jessi?
What? Ronda Rousey and Naomi.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, I think that most likely Ronda Rousey makes Sonya Deville tap out, because Sonya also was like, they remember when Sonya, they had her as like the MMA fighter, like that was like her gimmick. But she isn't. So like, yeah, I think that Ronda just like taps her out, and then that.
She reminded me of that Pokemon character,
Oh wow,
Machamp.
good call. Really good call on that. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's what that was. Yes. I was like, it's Machamp. Let's go, Machamp. Yeah, Pokemon.
It's so funny you just brought that up. I might be able to. I'm pretty sure I have one of those in really bad condition in this bag. Yeah, it's in terrible. Oh wait, no, I got Hitmo Champ. Wait, no, Machamp. Do I have him up there? Yeah, so there's Hitmo-chan who is like the boxer guy, and then I have a Machamp on
Yeah.
my wall in like mint condition.
Nice. Here, let me try and find
He's the
Machamp.
blue guy, right? With like the arms.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that
Or no, not that. Maybe it was Pokemon. I'm gonna look at the original 150. Maybe it's not. Maybe that was the one I was
I think you were thinking of
of.
Hitmo-chan because she
Hold
does
on.
look like Hitmo-chan.
Yeah. Yeah, the one with the little skirt. Hold on. Ba, 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 ba. Is that not? Wait. Is that not one of the original? It
Yeah,
has
it
to
is.
be.
Yeah, one of the original 150.
Yeah, Hitmonchan. That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
nice.
Hitmo. Yeah, that's for
So
sure.
yeah, we both got
Yeah,
we
that's
both
a
got Rousey and Naomi. And they're just building towards.
yeah.
I mean, I assume that Rousey's just gonna keep winning, heading into WrestleMania, which totally makes sense. After that, we have yes, that's Elimination Chamber. The winner of this one goes on to WrestleMania to compete for the Raw Women's Championship belt. We got Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Doudrop, Nikki Ash, and Alexa Bliss. I'm going to go with Bianca Belair. Just because I think that she has unfinished business with Becky. WWE doesn't always go back to the unfinished business. I mean, look at guys like Kofi Kingston and Big E. Sometimes they just, they lose their titles and they forget about them. But I feel like Bianca is just,
Mm-hmm.
when I was watching the Royal Rumble, that's when it really hit me how good Bianca was, because she was like significantly better than like everyone else she was in the ring with at the time. And that doesn't mean she's like, that doesn't mean that there's no
Mm-hmm.
one on her level. Like I think that, Charlotte and Becky and Sasha, and there's plenty of really high level women in the WWE. But like at the time she entered the Royal Rumble, I just remember thinking like, wow, she's like better, way better than everyone I'm seeing in this ring right now. And I think that I like Rhea Ripley a lot too. But I think that I think it just makes sense to do Bianca and Becky at WrestleMania. So I'm gonna go with Bianca. What about you?
It makes sense for Bianca, but I just have a feeling they're gonna pull it all the way Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, I have a feeling about that too. She'd definitely be my
I
my
mean,
second choice for sure.
yeah. I mean, a match what I'd like to see. I'd like to see Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan. I feel like they could build a good program together. I don't know why, but I just feel like that would be really good. But I just feel like the whole. Okay, did you watch any of
No,
the therapy
not
thingies with
literally
her?
0.0
Okay,
seconds. I have no idea.
awful, awful, horrible. She did a great job acting. She's a fantastic actress, by the way. She was wonderful in these. I mean, I'll tell you what, she's a great actress. She's amazing. But there was a full, big ass flat screen TV on the wall. Every single time it was never on, and I'm like, what therapist office has a flat screen TV in it? It just distracted the hell out of me. It was right behind the therapist. I'm like, why is there like a huge flat screen TV on the wall? And they never used it. I thought maybe Lily would pop up on there or something. They never used it. It just sat there. I was like, why is there a TV there? Like, I don't get it. It bothered me so bad. But then she did a thingy, and it was interesting at the end, the last time. She said, sorry, I always wanted to do that. And it was one of those thingies.
Oh yeah, with the marble looking things that click.
It's not a palindrome. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
They hit the marbles and they go back. She's like, I've always wanted to do that. I don't know if that was like a sign. I thought, to me, it sounded like TikTok, and I was like, oh, Killer Cross is coming back. But
Are they still doing the
obviously
Lily
not,
thing? Like, is she still like involved with this doll? Oh,
yes. The psychologist was like, always keep that doll with you, even though it's not the real Lily. The remnants of the old Lily are still inside her. and like the guy shook Lily's hand
So
at
it's
the end.
literally Chucky's storyline. Like, I mean, that's the story. That's the Child's Play movies. Is the doll continuing to like go into a new doll to like.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And they just added her to the Elimination Chamber match because the therapist cleared her.
Well, yeah, I'll stick with Bianca, but like, I mean, I could see them going with Lily or Lily with Alexa Bliss just for. I mean, I don't even want to keep talking about that. We got Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss. Falls count anywhere. Madcap Moss will have Happy Corbin in his corner. Who you got in this one, McIntyre or Moss? Might have lost Jessi again. Check the connection. We're waiting to see if that's connecting. I will go. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me, Jessi? Apologize for the technical difficulties, y'all. Yeah, can you hear me?
My back.
Okay, still a little bit of a lag, but with McIntyre and Moss, who you got in that one?
McIntyre. I hate Happy Corbin, but I want the one back.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that Drew McIntyre is going to win that one. We got Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against Goldberg. I'd imagine this will probably be pretty short. Who you got here? You think Roman retains heading into WrestleMania, or does Goldberg win the Universal Championship?
He fucking better. He absolutely fucking better retain. If they give Goldberg the championship, oh my god. No, I hate this match. I hate everything about it. I don't like it. I don't like he just shows up and gets a title shot. I don't like it. It's annoying and it's stupid. They must love him in Saudi Arabia though, because every time he's over there.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the whole thing for Saudi is like I'm not gonna. There's a lot of layers to the Saudi stuff, but like I think a big part of it, like this is like basically propaganda, right? Like when they go over there, it's like they feel like they're getting. I don't even know what the right word is. Like WWE has positioned this to them like this is WrestleMania. Like the most important shows are the ones that are in Saudi Arabia. So the Saudi fans are like the special fans that get to be witness to Bill Goldberg, and that's why they're asking for. I mean, they literally asked for Yokozuna the first time they went there. Like, and Yokozuna's been dead since like the early 2000s. Like, I mean, that's why they brought that fake Yokozuna the first time they went there. I can't even remember his name, but they brought a guy who looked like Yokozuna, who was like a sumo wrestler that they tried to like pass off as Yokozuna, basically. There's been a lot of that kind of stuff. So I think that's the thing with Saudi Arabia is like, it's Goldberg, and then these people probably aren't like allowed to watch television the rest of the year, and then you know what I mean? Like I don't know what goes on over there. I'm not a fan of them doing so much business in Saudi Arabia personally. So but that all being said,
that's shady.
That all being said, I think that it's Roman Reigns is definitely winning this. I'd imagine this will last less than 5 minutes.
Better.
SmackDown tag team titles, the Usos defending against the Viking Raiders, who I didn't even know were still in the WWE. The Viking Raiders, that is. Yeah, I had no clue they were still there. I'm gonna go with the Usos mainly because I didn't know the Viking Raiders were.
You have to
there.
go with the Usos. Yeah, you gotta go with the bloodline. Bloodline.
And shout out to Solo Sikoa, who's in NXT, who looks identical to the twins, the Uso twins, but they don't call him an Uso for some reason.
Oh god.
No, it's their brother. Their other brother is in NXT. Yeah,
no shit.
and he looks exactly like them. And But they don't call him.
That's so
Uso.
funny.
It's like Braun Breaker. He just has a completely different name, but it's obviously the brother of the Usos.
I don't get that.
Like
Yeah.
if I can, yeah, this is a picture of him. I'll pull it up. I mean, the first time I saw him, I thought one of the Uso twins had been brought down to NXT.
Oh my God. And dyed his hair blonde. That's scary.
Like that look. That
So weird. Genetics is so weird.
Yeah, that's straight up like it's unquestionably an Uso.
Tattoos, even.
I mean,
The
whole
tattoos.
thing. I mean, this is him without the. I mean, the face and the a lot of them have like the line.
Oh my
the lines
God.
in the eyebrows and stuff like that's. But he's Solo Sikoa, not something Uso. Even though when he comes out.
Solo Uso.
When he comes out for his matches, people are going Uso, 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 but like don't call him Uso. Just like Braun Breaker, they're out there doing the because it's a tribute to Rick Steiner, the dog-faced gremlin. But don't call him Steiner though.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna go with the Usos. And by the way, I'm not trying to crap on the Viking Raiders. Like they were them as War Machine. They were one of the best tag teams on the independent scene for a long time.
Yes.
And I do like those guys a lot, but I just legitimately forgot that they were still there. Raw Women's Championship match. This is a cool matchup. It's gonna be strange that they're gonna have to wear like cool. Full body suits and stuff to have the match, but we're gonna have Becky Lynch defending the title against Lita. Who you got here? Do you think big time Bex retains the title heading into WrestleMania, or does Lita pull a big upset, big veteran upset, and win the title heading into Mania?
I think Lita will win and they'll run it back at Mania. I don't know. Like, I mean, it makes sense to have Becky retain and run it back at Mania, but I'd like to see Lita have it and for Becky to kind of, because she's really, I don't know, she's just really good at boasting on the mic and like making funny excuses and stuff like that. She's trying to be this like heelish character, and I feel like her losing the title would give her a really good chance to be that kind of bitter heel that she wants to be. So I don't know. I'd like to see a shocker upset here.
It'd be cool. I do think that Becky will win though. I think that Lita will still wrestle at WrestleMania. I just don't know what she'll do. Now. Because I thought they were gonna do Becky. I thought they were gonna do Lita and Charlotte and Becky and Ronda at Mania. That was my initial prediction, but I was obviously wrong about that because they're gonna do Ronda and Charlotte. So Becky and Lita though, this is I do like they're having the match. This is a dream match. But yeah, I'm gonna go Becky Lynch. And then the main event of the show, or what I'm guessing is the main event, we have Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. Bobby Lashley defending the title against Brock Lesnar. Seth freaking Rollins, who that's the freaking is literally in all of his signage and the verbiage. He's promoted now as Seth freaking Rollins. I mean, it just is what it is. Austin Theory, Riddle, and AJ Styles. I think they put the title right back on Brock. So I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar. What about you?
I think so too. And then they're gonna do Brock and Roman winner take all or something. I mean,
what they should do.
I think that's what they'll do.
I think they should do Brock versus Roman, title versus title. They should do tag champ versus tag champ, women's champ versus women's champ. I know that they're setting up, but they have 2 nights. So like they can do like night 1 where it's like a bunch of different stuff, and then night 2 could just be like title unifications and like get rid of the freaking brand split once and for all. Like it is so freaking pointless. But
so annoying.
I think it'd be really cool if Riddle won, because then you could do Riddle and Orton in Mania for the title potentially. But I just don't see them having Brock Lesnar, because unless something happens where Roman like beats up Brock and he never gets into the chamber to begin with, I don't see a scenario where we see Brock Lesnar take a pin or a submission loss heading into Mania, especially since he just got beat by Lashley. And yeah, it was really Roman beating him and Lashley covering him, but that's I just don't. Brock's just way too protected in the company to where I just don't see him taking another pinfall or submission.
Yeah.
So
He's not going to travel all the way to Saudi Arabia to get submitted or pinned.
yeah, for sure. That's a very good point too. And also like it means a lot less if because I'm assuming that Roman is going to beat Brock at Mania. So like it needs to be a big deal like to see Brock get beat straight up. And that's Roman's moment in my opinion at Mania. So
Yeah.
I just it sucks for Lashley. Like
Yeah.
he's got the title twice now. He's basically been used as a transitional champion both times, but I like Lashley a lot. It's just unfortunately in WWE's eyes
He's improved so much on the mic too.
Yeah, I definitely agree, but he just isn't Brock Lesnar in the WWE's eyes. Nobody really is, to be fair. So as good as Lashley is, like if they have Brock, Brock's the focus. I mean, it's that simple. So, I'm gonna go Brock Lesnar wins the title back at the Elimination Chamber. So if y'all want to get in last minute here on the Wrestle Rumble entries.
Yeah, I've got.
I know it's
people to Wrestle Rumble.
So if y'all want to, if you just type the words Wrestle Rumble in the chat, we'll put your name on the list once. If you got any last minute super chats, we'll put your name on there twice. If they're over $10, put your name on there 3 times. We're gonna pick a name here in a couple minutes, and it'll just be a random name generator. But like I said, all you got to do in the chat is type Wrestle Rumble, and your name will get on there once for a shot at an entry. This is, of course, for the WrestleRumble.com Elimination Chamber Pick'em Contest. First place prize, once again, is $500. Second place gets $200. Third gets $100. Fourth and fifth get free contest entries for an entire year. I'm going to go through the sponsors for the show in just a second. And when I'm done with that, we will see if we have any more names to put on the list. And if not, we're going to put the names we've got, and we're going to give someone a free entry. So if you want to go ahead and plug your stuff real quick, Jessi, I'll get the sponsors ready.
Okay, sure. You can always go to my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/justsuckguy. You can always go there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We love our chat. Thank you everyone for being so cool in the chat. And we want more like-minded people in our chat. So if you'd like that and we'd like to see that, it would really help us if you would subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up and comment. It helps with the engagement, and it helps YouTube's algorithm send it out to the more like-minded people. And we really do enjoy that. So you can do that. And then I do want to say that my good friend William Washington is part of the AEW album Who We Are. And you can pre-order that on AEWshop.com or shopaew.com. And not only that, they've just announced today that during Revolution Weekend, there will be a concert. I think at Fan Fest. I think Mikey Ruckus tweeted about it. But there will be a concert, and I hope you all can support and please pre-order the album, because Will is really, really, really proud of it. And I'm really proud of him for that, and all those guys at Grap City. And if you're going to be in Orlando, go to the concert. So, yeah, that's all I have.
Hell yeah.
And then thank you, JJ.
Thank you, JJ. We'll get him on there twice for the super chat. He said Russ Rumble in the chat also. We'll throw him on there 3 times. JJ's out there supporting all over the place.
Did anyone else Russ Rumble?
I think he was the only one there, but you still got some time. I'm going to go over more sponsors real quick, so y'all got a little bit more time to get some last minute super chats in, or just say Wrestle Rumble in the chat. Shout out to Music City Toys and Collectibles. They are the place to be for action figures, DVDs, autographs, any kind of wrestling memorabilia that you're into. They've got you covered. They're good people. They give you fair business. They have a retail location at 101 West Main Street in Watertown, Tennessee. And I can't say enough good things about them. Make sure to follow them on all social media at Music City Toys. Shout out to my brother, Brian Jensen. Brian is a boxing coach. He can help you with a wide variety of things, whether it be learning how to throw hands, get in better shape, self-defense, really anything that you're looking to do, Brian can help you with. Even if you have neurological issue, he specializes in people that suffer from or deal with, Parkinson's, MS, dystonia, a whole bunch of neurological stuff that Brian can help you with too. Just simple range of motion exercises and stuff that I think that'll really help your dexterity and your range of motion and stuff. So like he can even help you. He has people that train to be amateur boxers, amateur MMA fighters, pro boxers and pro MMA fighters. He corners fighters. He does it all. So the best way to get in touch with him is to just hit him up on Instagram. That's funny. Him doing VR. Non-fungible hands. I love that. But yeah, just hit him up on Instagram at BoxingATL, BoxingATL. Just shoot him a message. Get a knockout workout without getting knocked out. Hit up Brian Jensen right now. If you're in Atlanta, Georgia, he'll meet you in person. And he has a gym in the area too. But anywhere else in the world, he can help you through Zoom calls, Skype sessions, all that stuff. And also, if y'all want to check out, we now have a YouTube or a Instagram for me and Doug's show, Live Rounds. So if you want to check that out, since I'm here on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny because we just made it, but Doug went through and uploaded over 200 pictures of him meeting wrestlers over the years. So it looks like we've had this page for a long time, but he just took the time to, I mean, anyone you've ever heard of in wrestling or MMA, he at some point has met. I mean, just hundreds of these pictures. So I upload some of my my pictures with.
What's it?
Oh, it's Live Rounds YT.
Live. Okay.
And here's an old picture of me with Josh Barnett back in the day. You can actually see it better here. Old picture of me with Matt Riddle from back in the day. So I've got a couple things on here too. We upload some podcast clips and all that good stuff. So if y'all want to check that out, that's just something for y'all to check out now. And let's see. Did you just follow us, Jessi?
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I think we followed you already on here.
Yeah, I know. Sure. I didn't even realize that. When did you guys do that? I don't know.
Probably a few weeks ago.
Because I go... Yeah, I don't really remember, so...
Yeah, no, it's all good. We literally, we just made it on a whim, just, as a thing, an extra place to upload some stuff. Because we're always talking about, meeting wrestlers and whatnot. And it's well, we can just put the pictures somewhere. But no, appreciate the follow. Thank you, Jessi. And anyone else who wants to follow, that's Live Rounds YT. The YT stands for YouTube, of course. And then, of course, Wrestle Rumble, the other big sponsor of this show. And I'll also shout out independentwrestling.tv. Use code FIGHTTALK over here. Put it in the promo code spot. There's always a ton of great stuff going on IWTV. They currently have... I love pulling up this number. It's going kind of slow. Yeah, they currently have 6,090 events from 291 promotions. So, if you say that you like wrestling, I promise there's something on here that you'll like out of the, over 6,000 shows available. So,
wow.
All right, let me get the thing pulled up. Random.
I messaged you in your DMs.
Yes, thank you. I don't know why I'm so bad at this part of it, Jessi. Where I always forget what I need to search for the random. It's random name
I know. Picker. Yeah, it's I
see if that's. Oh yeah, I think this is it. Mini web tool. This is it. Okay, I found it. Cool.
Yeah.
I think we had a guy named the Crow also. Oh, you got it.
Yes,
okay,
I added
perfect.
him
Thank
too.
You. Jessi is on top of it. All right. So,
boom, boom.
Get this pulled up here. These are the ones from last time. Put these here. All right, so before we get this going, we got Amir on here twice for a super chat. We got Corey on here twice for a super chat. We got JJ on here 3 times for the super chat. Oh, you know what? Let's put Corey on here one more time because he did type in the chat before the show started.
Oh, he did? Okay.
So I'll throw him on there because he's always supporting the show. And then JJ 3 times for in the chat, plus super chat, the Crow, who said Wrestle Rumble in the chat just a few minutes ago. So let's I'm gonna hit this button here and the name will pop up. Let's see who wins a free entry for the Wrestle Rumble Elimination Chamber Pick'em contest. It is JJ. Congratulations to JJ.
JJ, Yay!
I will shoot you a direct message because I do know your Twitter, JJ.
We know it's Twitter.
Yep. So I will. I'll shoot you a message, and all I need from you, or even if you're listening to this right now, all I need you to do is just send me a DM with your email address, and Wrestle Rumble will directly email you out a free entry on either Friday night or Saturday morning. But you'll get it before the Chamber pay-per-view for sure, or this premium live event or whatever they're calling them now. So congratulations, JJ. Thank you for everyone who joined in the chat. Anything left, Jessi, before we sign off?
Yes. No, but congratulations, JJ. Thank you, Corey and Amir. Was it? Yes. Thank you for the super chats, and thank you everyone for joining us for this conversation. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day, week. Enjoy Dynamite tonight.
Yes.
And
a lot of good stuff coming up for AEW. Tonight they've got, geez, what all is tonight? I know this weekend, like on Rampage, I'm really looking forward to Dante Martin and Powerhouse Hobbs. That'll be really, really good.
Yeah.
Tonight there was some big matches, and I don't know why I'm wrestling. Why am I blanking on? Oh yeah, Sammy and Darby, for the TBS channel or TNT title.
Yeah.
Wardlow versus Max Caster. I got my eye on this one because like it's pretty clear like Wardlow would win, but I think MJF might like make Wardlow lay down for Max Caster or something. I think it's possible. Oh yeah, Danielson versus Lee Moriarty. That's a dream match. Mercedes Martinez versus Thunder Rosa.
Ooh, that's gonna be so good.
Oh
my God!
We got a banger episode of AEW Dynamite tonight. I am about to go hit some golf balls with my dad at the driving range, and then I'm gonna go get a little bit tipsy, do my thing, and go to Dave & Buster's with my brother and my friend, and then we're gonna come back to my place and watch some AEW Dynamite. Shout out to Dave & Buster's, who I'll tell you off stream. Something, but anyways, okay.
Yeah,
shout out Dave & Buster's.
Shout out.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, y'all. We'll be back hopefully sometime next week. We'll just keep you updated. Make sure you're following myself at Fight Talk _. You're following Jessi at Jessi the Buckeye, and we'll keep you updated on when we'll be live next.